Welcome to another Founder Wisdom podcast. We have Gadi Har-Shai with us today. He's founder and CTO at Greenspans. Greenspans is a propellant free technology for the aerosol and continuous dispensing market. So we're going to talk about that. Gadi has been a consultant for a lot of time in R&D space. So cool guy, live from Israel. I'm in Oaxaca, Mexico. And this podcast is brought to you by podpire.com. Podpire is my company. If you want to launch your podcast, we have a fully automated way to do it with AI, bring you clients, bring you conversations and insights and connections. We have a free ebook on our website if you want to download it. We have a masterclass as well. So podpire.com. Gadi, welcome to the pod. Tell me a bit more about yourself and what you're up to nowadays.
Thank you for having me on your podcast. I'm happy to introduce myself and the company I started. So my background is mechanical engineering and business MBA, actually in the US when I lived there for a couple of years. And 12 years ago, I started the company named Greenspans. And the idea was to take this very popular product, aerosol, which is continuous spray product that is using gas inside in order to propel out the content, whatever it is. It could be a deodorant or shaving gel or whipped cream, whatever. All of them are dispensed out using compressed gas. And compressed gas is not friendly to the user, to the consumer, and of course not to the environment. So we started a company with the idea that we are going to change this market by eliminating the gas, no gas inside. And we did it. We did it by developing this item named the Eco Drive. And the Eco Drive goes into the standard canister and generates high pressure without using gas. So how does it work in general? We have this part that is the bag connected to a valve, which I'm sure you are familiar with. It looks like an aerosol valve. This is passive. We are adding this active part, which is an elastic sleeve over it. So together they look like that. And when we push through the valve, the liquid, the product we want to dispense, the bag will fill up. And as a result, the elastic sleeve will stretch and generate high pressure for dispensing. No gas is used here at all. And brings a variety of advantages. But first, I will show you how it looks when it's empty, like that. Okay, and when it's full, you can see inside here the same Eco Drive is now stretched.
Yep.
Okay, there is no pressure on the package, but there is a lot of pressure here. I hope you can see the spray coming out. And this brings many advantages. First, the consumer is using a healthy and safe product. Second, the environment, global warming, aerosols contribute to global warming. So by eliminating the gas, we bring a very positive impact to global warming reduction. We also enable, because there is no pressure inside the package, we can move from the cylindrical metal canister to any shape, any material. So I can show you here, for example, a product, a spray that is square, first time ever, with our Eco Drive inside. Okay, we can move to different material like cardboard, carton, which you cannot find any aerosol today in carton, and it works. Okay, you can see the spray, I hope. So with that and other advantages, we bring very exciting news to the aerosol industry. And the aerosol industry, just to sum the pitch, okay, the aerosol industry produces 16 billion units per year.
Wow.
16 billion. So we all consume aerosols for personal care, like deodorants and hairspray and suntan and sun care. On the personal care for home, we use aerosols for cleaning surfaces,
Cooking.
insecticides, and so on. Medical inhalers, technical lubricants, paints, and of course food. Food today is a growing market for aerosols, and we are really heavy in the olive oil spray, no
Love
gas.
that. Yeah, it's healthier, right? For a biohacker like me, I don't want gas in my actual and olive oil. I'm pretty sure they mix up at some point. And you pre-fill them with air before you ship them, right? Because it decompresses and then the liquid goes up, if I understand well, or it's just a pressure change.
No, this is empty right now. So
Yeah,
imagine that we open the valve by pressing on it
yeah.
and pouring inside the liquid. No air, nothing. Just imagine a bag that is filled with liquid.
Okay.
But
And then
because we have this elastic sleeve mounted on it, it tries to squeeze the bag.
got
Of
it.
course, first it's being stretched, but then it tries to squeeze out the content in order to get back to its original size. This is
Right.
the way it works.
And then you mentioned 16 billion cans. That's like terrible for the environment. My brain's like, could we like refill your can instead of just throwing it in the garbage? What is your take on that?
Absolutely. This is one of our big advantages. Standard aerosol like that cannot be refilled easily because you never know how much gas is still inside the can. However, because we do not have gas in our package, we can simply fill the package again and again, or
Okay.
even take this and put another one instead. So
Go with the Keurig
refillability.
model, sort of.
Sorry?
Go with the Keurig model in which the customer reorders capsules, for example, or reorders liquid in your case.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, interesting. I like that. How much clients do you have? Because you've been running that one for a while. So how's the commercialization aspect going?
So, starting a company in a mass production world is not an easy
Task.
task, yes. And therefore, we had first to invent, develop the Eco Drive, and then we had to develop the assembly line that makes this Eco Drive, which we actually completed the assembly line only a few months ago. And now we are heading into full production and fulfilling orders. We down the road, we obviously had many pilots and small orders that we shipped. For example, even a small eco drive here for pepper spray for self-defense.
Useful. My
Yeah,
wife has
useful.
one of these.
Yeah, so this and the olive oil spray that we shipped out. So the entire range that we are trying to fulfill.
Cool. So you've been fueling that fully bootstrapped or almost fully bootstrapped through your consulting activities, right? That's how you funded that invention.
We funded Greenspan's with government money and private investment. So we have both. When I say government, I relate to the Israeli Innovation Authority and the European Innovation Council. Both of them invested in Greenspan, as well as private investors. And now
Okay.
we are looking for even more. So we are open.
Right. It needs like a blitz scale sort of to be successful, because I could see like the potential in the invention. It's great. It's and obviously consumers want something that's eco-responsible, right? So companies will try to give it to them. It's potentially even cheaper for companies to not have to produce as many and to shift to the Keurig model, right? The subscription model, which I think is somewhat trendy out there. So, what market would you attack first in your commercialization strategy, and how would you attack these markets? You just outreach to these companies on LinkedIn. What's your plan, your go-to-market plan?
So go-to-market plan. The first go-to-market plan is to um, reach out to brands that produce products that we think have a perfect match. For example, the food industry, and olive oil is one of the products, is a perfect match, because when you use food, you don't want to associate food with gas.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely we are being approached, and to tell you the truth, we are being approached even with minimal marketing, because a lot of brands are searching out for gas-free solutions, and they get to us. The second very busy segment is personal care, deodorants, hair spray, and sun care sprays. So again, we first look at brands and products that we think have a perfect fit, and we engage and we fulfill order. And as we grow, we will fulfill the entire range of products. As I said, we enter the mass production industry. It's not easy. It's when you produce, let's say, 1 million units for an industry of 16 billion, it's nothing. Okay, you have to be big, and for that, our journey is not ended. We are on the way to scale up our production to be able to produce tens of millions and up.
Right. The olive oil, I think it would be also useful because we always tend to put too much olive oil when we in the liquid form, right? And I think that's quite economical for restaurants and so forth. The spray version, I could see a product market fit for that. Also because there's been countless studies proving the benefits of olive oil. As of late, and unsurprisingly, it's funded by these olive oil companies, right? That have budget. People are really catching up to it. It's really the healthiest oil. So can see a fit for that. While listening to you, the solar cream, yeah, I just came back from the beach 2 3 days ago and been using sprayed solar cream, and it's funny because in Mexico it's super expensive. The solar cream is like $20 for a small can, and I'm investigating why it's so expensive. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT that question, but yes, it's hard. I think you need to pick up a very specific niche and really go after it. What would be the price per can? Let's say that I know it's all custom, right? But is your cost like reasonable right now? And is it like $1 per can? And do you think you can bring it to even like a cent per can?
No, no, not to that extent. Just going back just to the beginning of your question about olive oil, as I said, perfect match is exactly what you said. That you use an expensive product. Olive oil is expensive. You use it in a very efficient way. You spray, you don't pour. So you enjoy the benefits of olive oil, but you did not consume too much olive oil. So
Yeah, and
this
more
is
evenly spread on a salad also. Let's
absolutely,
say that I spread on a salad, so better experience, right?
yeah. So this is what I call a perfect match. This
Yes.
one we are selling this pepper spray to police forces.
In
We learned,
Israel?
yeah, no, abroad in
Okay.
Europe. We learned that police forces that use pepper spray and put it on the belt. In certain cases, the product explodes
Okay.
and injures
Whoa.
the policemen. So the police forces are looking for a propellant-free, gas-free product, and we are the solution. So this is
Wow.
a perfect match. Just two small examples. In terms of pricing, in order to be competitive, we have to reach the high numbers. Okay, and high numbers is 20, 40, 60 million units per year. We are not there yet, but we have a very definite plan to get there.
And how did you selected the manufacturer? Is it in Israel? And yeah, like, would you eventually compare, I don't know, 10 to hundreds of them and pick the best one?
We have our production line today at our facility. Down the road, definitely we will join forces with other partners that they will produce EcoDrive in Europe, in US, and Asia Pacific. So it's going to be a network of producers. We are not going to do it all by ourselves. It's a very, very big production event.
Yeah, what are all the steps that goes into that? There's the can that is custom, then there's the little elastic bands, right? And then there's the pressure. Like there's a specific pressure for each product, right? So tell me about the full process, and just like Elon Musk obsessed about the gigafactories, that's something you want to obsess about, or fully focus on I don't know, the R&D side, outsource the manufacturing, and take the cells in your own vertical integration.
Of course, so every product has its own characteristics. It's not only the pressure, it's also the foam, what type of spray or foam or gel, angle, drop size, and so on. There are a lot of things to take into account, and this is on the performance. On the user experience, the brand wants also that the packaging will be attractive, so the brand can stand out. The brand can bring a new and refreshing user experience. So, for example, a carton a package which is really new, you cannot find it today in the aerosol market, is something brands are looking into. So to compile everything together, we adjust the performance according to the customer needs. The customer, the brand, designs the packaging that he feels that is suitable for the product, and also the product itself, the content might be modified to provide the best performance. So for every spray that we don't think is a big deal, it's just a spray. Behind it, there are years of development and preparation before the product comes out to the market.
Right. And how do you get feedback from customers as well, and make sure that it doesn't explode or it just comes out like all wrong a couple of months after it left your productive production line?
So we monitor as much as we can the shipments, the feedback of the brand, the supply chain, like distribution channels, and of course the consumer. So we are eager to know everything and to obviously improve anything that we need. For example, I can give you this example. We shipped out a bunch of those, and they were not steady enough in the filling line. In the filling line, they move fast on conveyors, and some fail. So we collected the data and we made immediately modifications and resolved the problem. So, yeah, when you come up with a new technology, with a new product, there is a learning curve, and we are happy to learn.
And how do you make sure to actually improve the product in some drastical way? What's your R&D process? How do you make sure to innovate and keep on giving the market what it wants?
Being open, listen, not resent anything, just listen and take the very valued feedback and translate it to actions. So this is what we do. Simple.
Love it. And what are your top objectives for this year?
My top objective, starting with funding, we need more funds. I'm not the only startup or young company that is looking for funds, but we need more funds in the range of about $10 million, which is not big money in fundraising world, but for us it's a big sum that we need in order to go into the next phase of mass production capabilities. As I mentioned, we have to be big in order to make an impact in the market and be competitive.
Love that. And where can people find out more about you and Greenspans?
Simply type Greenspans and reach the website or in LinkedIn. We are everywhere and happy to communicate and talk and together make an impact in our world. Every company that does an impact is important because the overall picture makes our planet better.